Hey guys, my name is Wendy. Welcome to another video. Today we are going to be tier ranking my 5-star reads so far. These are just the books that I've rated 5 stars since I've gotten back into reading, and I'm going to be ranking them and we'll see what I still think of them. The tiers are Me, Myself and I, which is basically, if you watch my other tier ranking video, the equivalent of part of my soul. Like, these are literally part of me. They run through my blood. It is me, myself and I. She Is the Moment, which is just like, she is amazing, she's a star, she's just, so good. Live, Laugh, Love is just, I love this book so much. It's such a good book and it deserves a rating. Okay Girl is, okay, I can see why I rated it a 5 stars, but like, it's not one of the best 5 stars, and I changed my rating, which is, I changed my rating. I give books 5 stars too much, I feel like, and so a lot of these I feel like might go and I change my rating, but we're gonna find out. Okay. If you guys are excited, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off with Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi. I rated this a 5 stars. This is my favorite book out of the series, and I'm gonna put this one in Live, Laugh, Love. Like, this book was really good. It's definitely my favorite one in the series, and the plot was just amazing. Like, the end of Restore Me into like Imagine Me was amazing, and so Defy Me is definitely my favorite in the series. But I don't tend to think about the Shanami series all that much, so it's gonna go in Live, Laugh, Love, but it's really good. Probably same with Imagine Me as well. They were just both so good. The plot was really good. Imagine Me made me cry. I cried a lot of books, so you know. But yeah, they're both Live, Laugh, Love. Verity, I'm gonna put in She Is the Moment. This book was so good. Like, this is probably the only Colleen Hoover book I will gladly say that I really enjoyed. Like, I feel like she should write a lot more thrillers than she does. Like, I feel like that might be her calling, because this book was like really good. Like, really good. And I read this like ages ago, and like I'm still like, oh my god, it was just really good. It was so entertaining, kept me on my toes. I had to put the book down a few times. I was like, what the actual hell did I just read? It was such a good book, you know. Then we've got You've Reached Sam. I'm gonna put this one in She Is the Moment. This book literally tore my heart out. I was crying through the whole thing. Like, this book, oh my god, I read this in a day. Like, literally one afternoon I binged this whole book in one go, like in basically one sitting. This book tore my heart open. Like, after page 30 or something like that, I was crying the whole way. Like, this book is so sad and I immediately connected to it. It's just such a beautiful book. So for that, I feel like I might want to put it in Me, Myself and I. I'm gonna leave it there for now, but honestly that book is just so sad. Twisted Love. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of the books into Me, Myself and I. This series is literally my favorite romance series of all time. Like, I am in love with this series, and every time anyone asks me for romance recs, these are my go-to because it's my favorite romance series ever. Like, these people feel like my family. I love them so much. They are literally part of my soul. They are Me, Myself and I. They are embedded in me. I love them so much. Okay, Once Upon a Broken Heart. We know where this is going. Me, Myself and I. This book is a 6-star read. This book is so good. It is my favorite of all time. Like, the Once Upon a Broken Heart series is my favorite books of all time. Go read them if you haven't already. I am in love with the series and I need the 3rd book right now. Like, this book, honestly, it is so, it literally is embedded in my heart, I swear. The American Roommate Experiment. We're gonna put this book in She Is the Moment because the American Roommate Experiment, literally I couldn't put it down. I was reading it any chance I got, and I haven't felt that way for a book in quite a long time. And so that book, it's so good. This book was so good. I'm really glad I read it first because I really didn't like the Spanish Love Deception, but if I'd read that first, which you're meant to, I don't think I ever would have read the American Roommate Experiment. So I'm really glad that I read this one first, because otherwise I don't know if I would have read it, because I don't know, but like, I love this one so much. It was so good. Like, honestly, it made me feel the way that a book hadn't made me feel at the time for a long time. Howlers by Lauren Roberts. We're putting this one in She Is the Moment. This one is probably my most recent 5-star. No, it's not, but it's one of my most recent 5 stars. This book was so good. Like, honestly, I am in love with this book. This was actually a book that I picked up on my own. I didn't like see this anywhere until I saw it in the works. I was like, okay, that sounds really good. I need to get this book. And I did, and I loved it, and it was so good. It was such a good read. Like, Sarah Caroli loves this book so much, and for good reason. Like, just go read this book if you haven't. It is so good, and I need the other books right now. Ballad Never After, straight into Me, Myself and I. This would go in a further up tier if there was one, but there isn't one. This book is an Infinity Star read. It is my favorite book of all time. It's the second one in the Once Were Broken Hearts series, and I love this to death. Like, it is my favorite book of all time, and I will never change my mind. Like, this book is so good, and it tore me apart. I'm actually really curious as to see whether this one will remain my favorite, or if A Curse of True Love will take its place when that book comes out. And I wanted to say it won't, but it might, and I'm really scared. But this book, honestly, it is the best book of all time. I love it so much, and if you haven't read these books, go read them. Like, please go read them. Even if you haven't read the Caraval trilogy, just go read them. Like, you don't have to read Caraval to read these, and if you don't like Caraval, read these, because personally, in my opinion, Caraval is like more of like a 4-star series, because the first book was 4 stars, the second book is 3.5, and the third book I haven't finished yet, but I just don't want to read it right now. It's like not the best series. It's like The World is Beautiful, everything about it is amazing, and I'm literally only reading it because of Drags. Like, I wouldn't be reading it otherwise. So if you haven't read that or you didn't like that, please still read Once Were Broken Heart, because I promise you, you'll probably love it, because it is so much better. Like, it is just so good. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Okay guys, this is going in She Is the Moment. This book was really good. I read this almost in one day. Like, I binged this so fast, and this book was really good. Like, genuinely really good. It wasn't like one of my favorite reads of all time, but it was still really good. Like, it's not up there with like The Ballad Never After, but it's still really good. Like, the hype is real. Like, the hype is real. This book is so good. I need Iron Flame like right now, and I cannot wait for it. Like, I'm so excited for November. Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. I'm gonna put this one in Laugh Love, because this book was so good. Like, I just randomly downloaded this because this was in a Destiny video, and I randomly downloaded it because she loved it, and I read it in like a really quick time. I loved it so much. Like, it was just such a good palette cleanser, and it was so cute. It's like literally so adorable. This book is on Kindle Unlimited if you want to go read it. It's such a good book, and it was so cute, and so I rated it 5 stars. It's definitely a 5-star, but it's not as good as like some of my other 5 stars, so I'm going to put it down at Live Laugh Love. A Court of Thorns and Roses. This book is going to go into She Is the Moment. This book, honestly, so good. It is one of my favorites out of the whole series, because it made me feel the way that a book hadn't made me feel in a long time. Like, a long time. It was so good. Like, genuinely really good. I'm actually tempted to put it in Me, Myself and I. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in Me, Myself and I. This book is so good. It is definitely one of my favorites in the whole series, and you may be thinking, well, that's kind of weird because like Echo is the best one. Yeah, we'll get to that, but like, this book is so good. Like, this book was amazing. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Okay, I'm slightly biased towards this book. It is the book that got me back into reading, but I don't know if I would rate it 5 stars now. Like, there's a lot of controversy on this book, because like, you know, I get it, it's like step siblings and like, oh my god, Rachel and stuff, but like, I was crying so hard at this book, and I wasn't like back into my reading phase at the time this book got me into it. I was literally bawling my eyes out. So I don't know whether to put it in She's the Moment or Live Laugh Love, because I'm really biased towards this book. I'm gonna put it in Live Laugh Love, because I wouldn't change my rating, because this book I am slightly biased towards, but it's not one of the best books ever. I still say I think Colleen Hoover is a really good author for getting into reading, but like, you wouldn't really see me reading one of her books now, so I'm gonna put her in Live Laugh Love. Court of Mist and Fury. This book is gonna go into, I'm tempted to put it in Live Laugh Love, but I feel like that's kind of harsh. She's the Moment, because yeah, I feel like out of all the books, A Court of Mist and Fury, it's not my least favorite, but like, oh, there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but like, I didn't love it anywhere near as much as I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses or like A Court of Soul Flames. And you may be asking why. That's literally Reese's book. But like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I just didn't. It's still a 5-star read. It's still such a good book, but it's down there in my ranking of the series. Okay, and then A Court of Wings of Ruin, I'm going to put in the same, but it's better than A Court of Mist and Fury. I don't know. I just liked it so much better, and it gets me every time. But actually, to be fair, the last 100 pages in like every single Sarah J Maas book is insane. And the ending of A Court of Mist and Fury literally made me cry. It made me cry, and I was like, oh my god, yes girl. And I was like, okay, I was like, went from crying to being like, oh my god, and it was just so good. And A Court of Wings and Ruin had the best start ever. It's like my favorite thing ever. It should have been longer. In my opinion, that should have been longer. Like, only 100 pages isn't really enough for me. Or is it 100 pages? I don't know. But like, the amount of time we got wasn't really enough for me. I needed more of that, but you know. It ends with us. I'm gonna put in... Okay, so either I change my rating or okay girl. I'm gonna put it in I change my rating. Like, I feel like it's more of a 4-star read. Like, it was good. I read this before I got back into reading. This was before Ugly Love. But it's really like badly recommended as a romance. Like, it is shown to be a romance at like all the bookstores, and it's not. It is a book about abuse, and it's a very moving story. And I just... you know, I think it shouldn't be shown as a romance. It is not a book about a romance. And I feel like Colleen got really taken away with this, because when she read It Starts With Us, I was so excited. And it is the worst book to this day that I have ever read. I didn't even finish it. I don't want to finish it. I got my friend to spoil it for me. I hate that book to death. I didn't get the point of it. It was pointless. It was boring. It was just nothing was happening. So that's not the book we're on about though, but yeah, I just think it shouldn't be shown as a romance. It's not a book about romance, and I would check your trigger warnings before you read this book, because it is kind of heavy, but you know, it's still a good book, but like not up there anymore. It's probably like the old me, but you know. For Prince, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna put it in I change my rating, not because the book is bad. I just put it down to like 4.5 because it's not a 5-star. It does not feel like a 5-star anymore. I don't know why. I was being a bit generous, I think, when I read it, because I was like really scared about like judgment and stuff, because like everyone wanted me to read it, and I feel like I was like being a bit generous. But like thinking about it now, it's not a 5-star, but it's a very close contender, so I'm gonna move it to like a 4.5. Court of Silver Flames, this is gonna go in Me, Myself and I. It is probably one of my favorite books in the series. I think A Court of Silver Flames and A Court of Thorns and Roses are my favorite books in the whole series so far. Like, they both made me feel like how a book had to make me feel, and I love them so much. It's just so good, you know. The Wicked King, I'm gonna put in Live, Laugh, Love, or I change my rating. I'm not sure where to put The Wicked King, because I don't know if I'd change my rating on it, but I don't know if I'd keep it at a 5-star. That makes no sense, but like, I don't know. I mean, I can barely remember what happened in The Wicked King. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I knew the ending, but I kind of got spoiled for the ending, so it didn't hit. I don't know if it's a 5-star. I think I'd change my rating again to a 4.5 for The Wicked King. And it's not because the book was bad, it's just I can barely remember what happened. I think it's because I read it like in really quick succession. Like, I read the trilogy really quickly, but also I just like can't really remember much that happened apart from obviously the end. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I don't know. And then finally we got The Queen of Nothing. I'm gonna put this one in She Is the Moment. This book is so good, like so good. This book was so good. The plot was absolutely amazing. This is a true 5-star, like, out of the series. Like, this book was amazing. The plot was like my favorite thing ever. Oh, it was so good, like honestly unbelievably good, and I ate it up. I read it in literally a day. This book was amazing, and it's my favorite in the trilogy. So yeah, I'm just looking at this list real quick, and I'm just making sure I'm like happy with everything before I give my my final thoughts. But I think this is my tier list. We have no okay girl, but that's fair enough. Like, you know what, just for funsies, I'm gonna put it under those in an okay girl, but I still changed the rating for it anyway. Finally, we have my tier list. Let me know what you think of this tier list. Let me know if you would have put these books there, if you've read any of these and they were a 5-star, if you'd have put this in this order, or if you'd have changed it, or let me know if you disagree. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know down below if you did. And I feel like I need to start cutting down on the amount of 5-stars I give out, but genuinely I thought there was more. Like, looking at this list now, I've realized there isn't as many as I thought, which is a good thing. But I feel like I still need to cut down on the amount of 5-stars I'm giving out just like that, because I feel like that's kind of ridiculous, but that's, you know, for another day. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and let me know if you want to see another tier video, because I think these are really fun, making tier list videos. I don't know why, it's just so fun. But yeah, let me know down below if you want to see that, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye guys!